Hello, people of the tube, and welcome to Gaming News with Chris and Brian,
What's up?
your weekly news show that happens every Saturday night at exactly 11 o'clock. My name is Chris,
My name's Brian.
and welcome to our news show. So, we have tonight for you news that you may have not known about nor cared about. If you are an Xbox fan, we have some news for you. If you've been experiencing problems with your online mode, well, you've been hacked by a group called the Lizard Group, who hacked into Xbox and said, well, if we can do this, then we can hack into anything. And guess what? They hacked into Xbox, and Xbox fixed it right up. The problem is, it put a lot of 20-year-old virgins on a hiatus for one night, made us all go to bed and stop jacking off to hentai porn. Now, Brian will present you with some other news you may not have known.
Or cared about. People of the PlayStation community have been pissed off for about 4 days now because the staff of the PlayStation Network are too busy jacking off to that hentai porn that you were mentioning to fix the server. I talked to said virgin, Daniel, who works at the PlayStation Network after 6 long hours of nothing but watching everyone jump out of the conversation with me, which I should have. But after 6 hours, I got, we don't know. After 6 hours of being hacked, you should at least know something. Now, the fact that the interview is coming out nearly at the same time makes me wonder if Korea hacked into the server. But honestly, Korea could probably give a fuck about PlayStation 4 like most people, and I see why now, because after 4 days, really, come on. They had it fixed in like, what, an hour?
Alright.
And now we have to wait 4 days.
So, if you're on PlayStation, you're still fucked. If you're on Xbox, you're gladly playing your games after you jacked off 24 hours straight to hentai porn. Okay, in other news, we have a list of release dates for certain games, and I hope that you are very excited for them. So, next month, which is January, we have the release of we have the release of the special edition of Majora's Mask on the 2DS and 3DS, which is something you probably don't give a fuck about, because
Yeah,
who
what
really...
the hell is the 3DS?
The 3DS, my friend, is a handheld console for people who cannot afford a real
Does it
console.
have online?
Yes, it does have online. Okay.
Wow.
So for the Wii U, which is a console no one on the face of the earth bought, we have the release of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker on the 1st of February. For both Xbox One and PS4, we have the release of Saints Row 4 Re-Elected and Gat Out of the Hell Collector's Edition coming out the 23rd of January. We have Rugby 15, but no one on Earth will buy that except for fucking Australians, so that don't count.
What the fuck is rugby?
We have the release for Dying Light in January on the 30th. Evolve comes out next year, obviously.
Dying Light sounds like a bunch of emos will be happy about that one.
What, Evolve?
No, Dying Light.
Oh, that's a zombie game, actually.
Oh.
The Order 1886 will be released on February the 20th. The only people who will be playing that is noobish PlayStation 4 players. Uh,
Present? No.
we also have the release of Resident Evil Revelations 2, just in case Resident Evil hasn't gotten too old for you dumbwits. On
Holy
the
shit.
on the 15th.
Isn't that about our age? What the hell? When did that first come out?
What, Resident Evil?
Yeah.
It was definitely in the 90s, my friend. We have Mortal Kombat X coming on April the 14th. The Witcher 3 coming on May the 19th. Batman Arkham Knight coming out February the 6th, 2015. And we have plenty others at a later release date. So that has been your new release calendar from the gaming channel. Back to you, Brian.
Alright. Well, let's see. We talked about the interview. Let's talk about some of these games that allowed you to take down such dictators, shall we?
Yes, we shall. Coming back to me. And a couple years ago, a game was released called Call of Duty Black Ops, where you were able to kill Castro. Now, it wasn't really Castro as it was his body double, but that still begs a question. Why would North Korea or South Korea give two fucks about killing Kim Jong-un over a shitty comedy when there are plenty of video games that shows it off? Even in Godfather 2, you have a mission where you have to kill Castro. Castro has been a huge target, and yet uh, Cuba is not hacking anything. So, there's that. Now, on to a good bit of news for you emo fucks and other people who for some reason gave two fucks about this game. The video game Hatred has been re-released on Steam after being taken down by feminist bitches. Um,
What the hell, Steam?
Steam is the computer program made by Valve, which you can download video games, Brian. The video game Hatred, if you haven't heard of it, is a game
Not
where you
anymore.
play an angry, pissed off emo virgin who just wants to go around killing innocent people for absolutely no reason. To me, the game looks like a pile of shit. There's absolutely no story or character building. It is just an absolute pile of shit.
So it's like staying the night at Freddy's all over again.
Uh, it is a pile of shit. Let's just say that. A lot of people have asked, even for this game, why is it okay if GTA is just over the top violence and that's all that is? Why is it okay for that to do it and not this game? Well, the big difference between Hatred and GTA is satirical. It has missions. There's a story. The characters
It
are
is not
developed.
indie.
The the characters are just well around written, and there's a story to it. Hatred is nothing but one man living in a shitty house. I'm pretty sure that he doesn't flush his fucking toilet, and he goes outside and just starts killing people. There's no rhyme. There's no reason. He just does it. Now, then this could be said to be the very first game that does this, but is it really? Not
No.
truly.
Because Manhunt
Um,
was just about killing people. And it got banned.
The problem is you can never ban. To me, I don't think anything should ever be banned, unless of course we're talking about child porn and shit like that. That's
But
fucked up.
you can always bootleg Manhunt.
See, even the game Manhunt had a story and a plot, and
It just had
um,
shitty controls.
even with the shitty controls, it still didn't deserve the hype it got. It wasn't that good a game. Uh, Now, games like GTA 5 got a lot of hype, and it was a really good game.
Do you have the PS4 copy of that? I mean, the Xbox One copy of that yet?
No, I do not. I actually pre-ordered it when it came out on Xbox 360, and I have the poster sitting in my bedroom as we speak. I will be picking it up on Xbox One, though, just so I can play first-person mode.
That's what I'm thinking. I want to see also if they added any new missions to it, but
I
probably
do,
not.
I do not know. But, so, uh, What else is there to talk about? Well, oh, actually, there is one other thing that I need to mention. I mentioned this on my personal channel, but this is gaming news. Anita Sarkeesian appeared on the Stephen Colbert Show.
Yes, yes.
If you don't know who Anita Sarkeesian is, she is a feminist pop culture critic who goes around telling you
Hey,
what you
come,
should play and what you
hey,
care
come.
about. Uh, so she appeared on the Colbert Show. I don't know if you've ever seen the Colbert Show, but the Colbert Show is a man who just is a comedian, and anybody who comes on his show is not safe. He continuously pounds him into submission, and he's just funny. Uh,
Oh my god. Gotta get my parents together, man. That was funny. Anyway.
anyway, uh, the problem with this is Nia Sarkeesian went on there, and it seems that he, if I may use the word, pussied out when he started questioning her. She used the same logic that a lot of, uh, I don't know, conservative uh, Republican people use when they're asked intimidating questions. One of the questions for Nia Sarkeesian was name 3 games that are sexist. Um, and she couldn't. Now, this is the same shit like when people were asking Sarah Palin, name 3 newspapers that you read. And she really couldn't name 3. I shit you not. There's 50 states. She couldn't name one fucking newspaper. This is the same thing with Anita Sarkeesian. Anita Sarkeesian didn't name any games until he kept pressing her and pressing her, and then eventually she said the one which would just fed the fire, and that was GTA, because GTA has been feeding fires ever since the release of the 3rd game back in the early 2000s.
Let me just say this. I played it when I was 7 and I turned out fine.
We all turned out fine. We've all been playing violent video games, but Anita Sarkeesian doesn't care about violent video games. That's
She
more
cares
for
about the sexes. But really, who cares about that? I mean, I'm not saying that females don't have a voice, but I'm saying sex sells. If you don't put it out there nowadays, it's not going to sell.
This is my exact point that I made in my own video a couple months ago when I was talking about Nia Sarkeesian. For the own game she made her own. She had an idea for her own game, and going by her own scale and the feminist scale, her own game would be considered sexist. That's fucked up. And for a woman, yes, Brian.
No, go ahead, man. I just coughed. I'm
No.
good.
Uh, But for a woman who considers herself to be non-sexist, her game turned out to be sexist going by a scale, and she's just a liar. I have nothing against her except for the fact that her, not views, but her, like, I don't know how to word this, the way she talks about different subjects is really hurting gaming. And I've said this before. A lot of people agree with her, and a lot of don't. There's a section in Game Informer recently because I get every magazine every month, and there's a section where they were talking to her, and the next month they got a lot of replies back. And in the magazine, uh, people sent her really bad messages saying, she's full of shit. And I'm not going to say that she needs to be silenced. I'm not going to say anybody needs to. Everyone can have their own opinion, but don't lie about the facts. Her videos are a fucking lie. Her one of the most famous ones everyone points out was the Hitman video, uh, where she talks about how you're supposed to kill hookers and it's demeaning to women. And the point of that game is not to kill innocent people. And if you watch any playthroughs of that video game, you don't kill innocent civilians because it takes points off you and makes you a bad hitman, obviously. And it's not trying to be sexist. She's just full of shit. So.
Just like the majority of people that have to voice their opinions.
And I don't mind you voicing your opinion. You can talk about whatever you want, but just try and keep it civil and not lie. So, before we
That's,
end this, yes, Brian.
that's something that the majority of people have a problem with, but I digress.
Hmm. Before we end this, Brian has agreed to do a little contest, and we're going to try this our first time out. We are going to watch a try not to laugh video, and whoever laughs first is the loser for tonight's video, and
Yep.
they will be the last one to talk on the video next week. How about it, Brian?
Okay.
All right, let's see if we can find a good one. Um,
Do I have to open the YouTube app as well, or
yes, you do.
okay? It's been a while.
All right, let's try.
Hold on, I gotta get it open. Triple problems. CP. There we go.
Have you already failed? You failed. Seriously, have you already began to laugh? You have to push the push to talk button.
I can laugh at freaking pudding.
Yeah, did you already lose?
Yes.
Oh, nice. This wasn't even a contest. Jesus.
Oh, hell.
How are you laughing already? It's not funny.
I
All
don't know,
right.
dude.
Okay.
I'll plead the fifth.
All right.
Oh, man.
How the fuck do I get back to?
I do have a suggestion, though, for anyone that wants to. If they want to comment and tell us what to do next, maybe in the next upcoming videos, they can do that.
Uh, yes, actually, do. Please, if there's any gaming news that you've heard that no one else talks about and you would like for us to speak for you, please message under this video. It will be up on my channel and also his. Make sure to like and subscribe on both of our channels. I hope you enjoy this. We're going to try and make this a weekly news broadcast. This is Chris, signing off for tonight.
And this is Brian, trying not to laugh, but failing. Later.
Later.